it is important for anyone seeking to purchase real estate to search the title of such property at the appropriate land registry. Each state maintains a land registry where the titles to property can be searched. The land title in Lagos State can be searched through the bureau at Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos. There are two types of acquisitions, a committed acquisition and also a global or non-committed acquisition. In committed acquisitions, the land has registered interest by the government for slated purposes such as roads, defense purposes, drainages, canals, airports, schools, etc. A person who purchases such land will find the perfection of that land title very, very problematic. And where a person proceeds to develop a property on such land, it can be subject to demolition with no compensation. So you want to take note of that. Secondly is the global or non-committed acquisition. This simply refers to the land that has been acquired long ago by the government, but that land has no stated purpose. Such lands can be turned free through the process of ratification. Yes. Now let's consider some basic titles. Now let's go into the basic titles now. All right. Land titles here in Nigeria. So let's start from the Excision and the Gazette. Excision and Gazette simply means the government leasing a parcel of land that has been under global acquisition in the past. A family or an individual interested in such land can process a government-approved excision title, and documentation for that land can be processed up to the governor's consent level. A gazette is an official record, a record book that spells out all details of an expanse of land that has been excised and given back to the community. The details include the name of that community, the details of that expanse of land which has been given the excision. The excision document is usually taken to the Surveyor General's office for that land to be gazetted. With the Gazette, a person can apply for a C of O or a governor's consent. Alright? Let's consider the C of O, which is a certificate of occupancy. It is an authorized document of grants issued by the state government to an individual, a group or individuals or an entity. It confers ownership and rights of occupancy in a definite land for all purposes for a term not exceeding 99 years, subject to renewal. The C of O is a document issued only once to the first person to own and purchase that parcel of land as a virgin land. Alright? Therefore, this document prevents multiple owners from claiming ownership to that same piece of land. A C of O is usually issued for all government land allocation and properties. The next title we're going to consider right now is the governor's consent. A governor's consent simply refers to the approval of the governor of every state in Nigeria of any transaction concerning land. It is an integral part of land transactions, as consent is usually required for the perfection of any land transaction. The main purpose of obtaining a governor's consent is so that the government is aware that ownership of that land has been transferred from one person to another. The consent can be applied for and obtained multiple times, as many times as possession of such land is being handed over to multiple purchasers over time. So the governor's consent helps in the legalization of such transactions for that property.